everybody!
Yo!
Woo!
I'll stop.
That's alright, you know. Cold, wild, and all
That's okay,
that.
we're getting in there.
I got into it.
Yeah, you did. Unleash the beast.
Woo!
Well, tell us what we're talking about today, Aaron.
Alright, everybody. Today we're talking about everybody's favorite film so far, Wolf Children.
Oh.
Oh!
That came out very long ago, looks like.
But it remained a favorite.
That's true.
When did it come out exactly?
Oh, when was it?
2012.
Yeah, 2012.
Wow, 2012?
Wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was sooner than that, like 14 or so.
But the
What,
way
this
people be
movie?
talking about it looks like everybody be wanting to make it seem like this big deal and all, but
Well, I guess it has a lot to live up to after the director's previous works.
That's right, everybody. We're talking about the same director that gave us Summer Wars.
Truthfully, though, I loved this movie. At least for the most part. The ending was a little, but we'll
Yeah.
get to that. I loved the feel of it. I instantly felt a connection with their romance. I loved the speechless montages that they had.
Those were actually pretty good.
Yeah, I hate to throw Disney into the mix, but they kind of reminded me of the very poignant montage from the movie Up. As well as WALL-E, even. Just different facets of them falling in love, and then later on her raising her children and the struggles that came with that, given their unique challenges. So cinematically speaking, it was a beautiful film.
Oh, yeah, I will say that. There were some moments in it, especially when they're running through the snow, and that
Yes.
scene was just
Oh
phenomenal.
my god, the
I feel-
trees looked so real.
yeah, I feel as though it had spurts of very good animation, but the thing is, with the animation, it felt kind of very mundane.
Yeah.
That's
They
about-
reuse a clip with Yuki throwing her temper tantrum. They reused a clip.
That's the
They
thing
did.
is, in
They
Japan,
did use
to
that,
reuse
yeah.
clips.
And that's my problem with this film. I guess where it comes to play, yes, there's beautiful animation in this film, but then again, that's something I've come to expect from this director. Is, when you look at his other works, Summer Wars was amazing. Say what you want about Digimon the movie, but at least it was animated well.
Oh, yeah, I will say that.
But
Girl Who Left Through Time.
that was
another great
good
one. That one
Say
was...
what
that
you
was
want about
just
those
as critically
movies
acclaimed.
in the comments.
Indeed.
Yeah, thank
What
you.
was your
Wanna hear
favorite
from
of
you.
his works?
Please tell us.
Yeah, definitely.
But going back on Wolf Children,
We might review it.
yeah.
We are reviewing it. We might actually get to it, yeah.
I meant your comments.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Aaron. Go ahead.
It's okay.
Product
Tangent
placement.
jar.
Yep, hold
Tangent
on.
jar.
Yep, tangent jar.
Product placement.
Okay.
Sponsor us.
Please get
Indeed.
us.
And
This
remember,
is not
folks,
a paid advertisement.
not yet anyway.
Woo!
Whoa, we are on a roll. And come on, tell me
Yep.
I know.
patented tangent jar.
There's nothing delicious in it, though.
Not yet. Give it time.
It will grow.
Yeah, we gotta get our funding somehow.
And
Well-
he's gonna get by or something.
Yeah, hopefully. So, you know what we didn't do though? We didn't introduce ourselves.
That's true. I'm
Hey.
sorry.
Aaron.
As you just said, I'm Aaron.
Lish.
I'm Stu.
And I'm the guest here. I'm Adam, and I'm also from a previous episode of my brother from Seeking Media Productions.
Check out the link below to both their works and to our lovely Lish's work too.
Woo!
You'll see
I
it
do
below.
makeup.
That
Hence
she does.
my face.
Mhm.
But enough about us and our shameless self-promotion. we are actually discussing the movie Wolf Children, and while I can understand some of your critiques on animation within the context of this film, I feel like the story made up for whatever could have been lacking visually. Which, truthfully, I don't think much was lacking visually, but if anything was lacking, I feel like it was made up through the storytelling. It was a wonderful love story, and for those of you who have not seen Wolf Children, it is a movie where this young woman falls in love with a young man who ends up essentially being a werewolf. So
Pretty much.
I have, but this isn't about me. So anyway, though, they fall in love. She is with Pup. She is with Child, basically, and then unfortunately, spoiler alert, her husband does pass away. So then we follow the story of her trying to raise these children with no other support, no other reference to go on. She can't take them to the doctor because they're unique. She has no other way to teach them what they need to know in the context of being a wolf. So she's trying to do this all on her own. And watching the journey is really something incredible. You watch these children grow and change and come into their own, and you watch her struggle, and it's a beautiful, beautiful story.
Undermined by one thing. I hate to interrupt.
No, please do. I was done.
Okay, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Aaron.
No, please.
Sorry.
Okay, so I will admit the story itself was very interesting. The art I did have some issues with, mainly when they took their wolf or semi-wolf forms.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird that they had hair.
Yes, that is what I was saying. I couldn't take it very... Also, their faces didn't go snout-like, really, for the most part.
Yeah,
so I'm like, it was this weird, like... Hybrid of it, and it just looks so weird, especially when you had the kid when he was older with the bangs. And I'm like, you have an emo wolf. You have an emo wolf.
I thought that too!
I mean, my question is, at the end, when jumping up that mountain and all, how the hell did he see? I'm sorry, that hair was literally like plastered into that like emo swoop.
His wolf sense. He's too cool to see. He's
come on,
where's common sense?
No,
I want common sense. I don't want wolf sense. I want common bloody sense.
I love you too. I love you too. So
You're talking about all this technically normal stuff about children and love story and all that, but I think we're all forgetting the elephant in the room here. That
it's wolves.
yes,
Thank you.
they're wolves, and how she has the kids is in a wolf. The guy was in a wolf form.
I think it's an allegory.
That was.
It's an allegory. It was a strong allegory
you're
for
talking
the
about when
furry
she
community in
points
this
to
film.
wolf,
Yes.
Yeah.
A strong
I-
allegory.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because that was something that made my husband and I both kind of squick a little. And
A little?
a little. Like, I'm like, okay, come on. We're watching Beauty and the Beast. Like, that's all fine and good, but we're acting weird about this, okay, but nobody whipped a dick out. So.
Well, you don't whip a dick out on scene in
But
this film
she,
either.
like, her shoulders were showing. You know where it was going. You know
Was
where
she
it was
This
going.
one was PG, by the way.
Yeah.
She kisses him in his semi-wolf form.
But then he's like,
Which
are
looked
you ready
awkward.
for this? And then he, like,
Yeah.
they go down.
They go, well, yeah.
They go down. They are...
This is
She's
gonna
a trooper. That's all I gotta say.
No.
We're gonna get a little vulgar here, and I apologize.
No.
Our rating will probably go up for this. The
Sorry.
PG, if this is gonna go a little R right now, but
I'm
somebody
sorry.
took the
I
knot.
always...
You know it. She didn't move for a while. I'm sorry. If you know anything of
Yeah.
wolf or dog anatomy, she
Red
was
Rocket. Good.
You're paying up for that one.
Honestly, though, I agree with you. That was
Yeah.
a little weird, but then it was also kind of like, he's the only one like him.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense. He's still a human. He just also happens to be a wolf. And I do feel that there was maybe a slight metaphor or a slight allegory there. And it's like when you love someone, you love all of them. The good, the bad, the humanity in them, the quote-unquote monster in them. And she was basically saying, I see your scars, I see this monster side of you, this misunderstood side of you, and I not only accept it, I embrace it.
Okay, I want to give you that. I want to let you love. I'm so happy you love this film. Trust me, it's a beautiful thing. But my problems with it is that what you said about the transformation sequences yeah, they're beautifully done. The animation is there's like I said, there's beautiful animation in this film, but I've seen it done better. I've seen the wolf aspect in other animes done better.
Wolf's Rain?
Wolf's Rain is thank you. That was one that was brought up. I saw the animation behind it. It was amazing. I kind of wish they kind of brought that into here. And then there's the designs for some of the characters, especially the two children, Yuki and Ame, with their wolf forms and their human forms. It's like, you know, it's a little off.
Here's the thing. Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
No, by all means.
Continue on with Aaron saying, good animation side, I think, because we come to know from the director's art style, it was going to be like that anyway. But with that form of limitation through imagination, I feel as though this film actually probably could have done better if it was live action.
Thank you.
You know what? I thought that too when I was watching it the other night. I thought, you know what? This is really good. But I think it would have been a bit more poignant with just live action. I mean,
thank you.
I don't say that too often for animated films.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
But this is one that I could definitely see being remade live action wise.
it will do better because you get a better
Well.
emphasis on what they actually meant for these kids to be in dual worlds, and that's the sense I wanted to get. They hint at it a little bit with them growing up, but not so much as you needed to understand, because you still don't even understand. Okay, werewolves exist, but where they're coming from, you don't know his family, you don't know anything. I know you're supposed to do it on the sites that you're supposed to be like a mom.
I don't think it was so much werewolfism. I think it was more just like animal spirit type thing.
See, but I don't get it.
I don't. Well, for one thing, I mean, you got to think of
that makes sense to me though.
what the animal spirit thing.
Yeah. It does make sense to me because in the one scene where the mom takes Hana, where Hana takes her son Ame to the zoo basically and pleads to this one elderly wolf. She's like, please, I'm doing this all on my own. My son needs to learn how to do this. His father died. She's pleading with the animal, with this animal's spirit, to please teach her child about the other side of him.
But I think she only did that because she thought that wolf that was in there, she kind of thought it was just like him, and that's what I was getting in the film. So I know that you get definitely try and take the aspect of trying to argue with it being of spirit animals, but at the same time, that's you reaching for the film. The film doesn't explain it. There's some things you need to explain in where you're coming from.
I saw it differently, and I actually kind of like that they didn't explain it because, see, she didn't have any explanation going into it. There was only so much that the Wolfman, for some reason they didn't give him a name, but
you're
the
right. I don't think
Wolfman,
he ever got a name.
Nope, he's
the
only mentioned as
Wolfman,
Wolfman.
he can only explain so much to her, and then she's on her own. These children are on their own, so it kind of makes sense not to have everything just neatly laid out before us. Not only that, but what they're trying to show is the duality of being both human and animal. So it's not just, the spirit of an animal. It's being in touch kind of with your multiculturalism.
So, you know what? That's actually a very good point.
So it's like you can get into it. You can be like, okay, I've grown up and assimilated to what it means to be human, but I know nothing about the part of me that is wolf. So, these children don't have that person to guide them. So the only thing that they have is to turn to other animals, which Ame does. Ame finds a connection not only between the wolf in the zoo, but also with Sensei, the fox that is in the woods.
I thought he was more or less kind of rejected the wolf in the zoo because, as they described in the story, he was never wild. He was born in captivity and he was owned by some rich person.
That's true.
Yeah. So he himself has never experienced freedom or anything, and he just pitied. He felt sad. I think Ame pitied him.
Exactly.
So when he met Sensei, the fox, which was the guardian of the
forest.
the mountain forest,
Yeah.
mountain-ish,
Yeah.
that I felt was very interesting. You know what comes to mind? Now this, I don't usually like to make comparisons to this because it felt like Miyazaki light.
Thank you. I wanted you to bring it up.
It really did at times. I mean,
Thank
I
you.
like this director. I love his work generally. I was expecting much more from this, and everyone kept telling me it's a super depressing film. You're going to be so depressed by the end. And I'm like,
it's not.
that was
everyone was warning me, like, have a
Everybody
good
did.
drink afterwards. You're going to need it. You're going to be depressed. I'm like,
Okay, it
that's why I
wasn't.
put off watching it for so long.
It wasn't that serious.
It wasn't.
I
It wasn't.
Like
I-
it was serious, and I did feel bad. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of cried when.
No, there's some moments.
I kind of cried
Sorry.
when her husband died. Okay,
Okay.
like I've got feelings about that. You might guess why.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, and then, but the ending of it just didn't make.
Sense to you?
Think about the
It-
ending, yeah.
It made sense, but I feel like they suddenly shifted the focus
Yeah.
and didn't tidy everything up.
My
Thank you.
thing
Thank
is,
you.
the film actually plays off like it really had no plot at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like probably that's the intention of it. It like it's
You're living your life.
Yeah, you're living like some life, and you're seeing how the children goes splitting off into their separate.
How they
directions.
grow up, how they become themselves.
And they also developed because I thought originally going into it, I thought that
The girl was
going to be the one to embrace the wolf side more,
Mhm.
which I thought that was an interesting turn. But out of all the characters, I think this Ame had the much more solid character
Story arc. Yeah.
story arc and character
That's-
arc.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
And
no,
I-
actually, it's actually both. I feel for both the children.
I just felt that it wasn't as
Powerful as it should have been.
I think her story wasn't as satisfying.
I agree. Yuki's
sorry,
was not as
Yuki's, yeah.
satisfying.
But you want to know that an anime that does do what Wolf Children was trying to do and just does it better, ironically enough, because it's Miyazaki, Princess Mononoke. Princess Mononoke does. I'm sorry.
There are some comparisons with
I
that.
don't feel
That's what I was saying. As I
Yeah.
said, it felt like Miyazaki light, which is not saying I disliked the film. I have a mixed bag with this. I like the director. There are certain parts of the film I thoroughly enjoyed, but overall it was just kind of
Just
Yes.
Let me put it this way: on a scale of awesome, watch it again, or hell no, I'm never watching this again, I have to say it's kind of a meh. A little.
Well,
It's a
when it goes-
meh-ish kind of film. I mean, if I wanted to introduce somebody to like some semi-decent anime, I'd be like, here's a decent anime movie to show you. I'd be like, yeah, this is a pretty decent one.
It's a good family film, definitely.
Yeah.
I could definitely
Once you
sit
get past the bestiality.
It's
I'm
no
sorry.
worse than Beauty and the Beast.
No,
I'm just
you're
saying.
right.
You got a point.
The
You have a
only-
point,
The
yes.
only thing that they did
What is that?
differently here was they showed you what happened after she went to live in the castle.
Yes. Also,
Just
it's
saying.
It's also kind of falls in line with like Greek mythology with Zeus and his escapades.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
I mean, with him turning into a goose and all that, or swan.
But you know, it's interesting that you mentioned mythology because Romulus and Remus
Oh,
were,
yeah.
Definitely.
were wolf children.
Mm-hmm. They were.
Not unlike what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
But I do think it's actually a good idea to bring up kind of what you were saying before because I thought the same thing in regards to the children. Yuki originally starts out being the one that's having trouble reining in her wolfish tendencies. She will transform at will. She's very strong-willed, and she's having trouble reining it in and just being human. Even
And she
to
still
the point,
does.
Yeah.
even to the point of injuring somebody who apparently you hurt the ones they love and they love you back. Great story. She does. She injures this boy at school, but then they become besties and possibly more.
Yeah.
I'm thinking more.
Very complicated.
Whereas Ame, he was the opposite. He was afraid of his wolfish tendencies. He was afraid of that other side of him. He didn't like it. He saw the way his kind was portrayed in media, and that made him hate himself more, which again is why I'm always saying representation in media is important. It is paramount, because this is how people end up feeling inferior when they have no reason to feel that way. So he saw himself, his kind, painted as the villain in every story. And they're either hated or killed without reserve. And he didn't want to be that person. He didn't want that to be his destiny. But as he grew, as he learned, this is nothing to be ashamed of. This is a beautiful thing. And I should embrace this. I can make this whatever I want it to be. He really did become the most compelling character for me. The fact that he found his niche, he found his own way to be himself. He met the sensei, he learned what he could do. The only thing is, he fucking bailed on his mom and sister.
That's why.
Had the worst, worst
time.
fucking time. He's like, a storm is coming. You're gonna go look for my sister. See ya.
Fair warning, he did give them fair warning.
That was not a fair warning.
No, that was cryptic, like, stay with mom at school.
It
You could have
was
said, like,
not.
there's a big-ass storm coming. I know because I can track weather, because I actually am in tune with nature and all that shit.
But you know your child's half wolf. You know your child's half wolf. So you're going to automatically think that there's going to be things that he's going to know and things that he's going to be able to do that's going to help out, you know, in this world.
She doesn't know that, though.
He could have been more direct.
She doesn't
I
know
think
that.
it'd be
That's
more
the thing.
direct, but come on, at the same time,
It
you
wasn't
with this
good
kid. How
enough.
long?
He knew the storm was coming. Okay, so the storm came. That is the wrong time to bail.
Yeah.
You wait until after your mom and sister are home safe. Instead, what you decide to do is, oh, hey, you're going to go for a drive? You're going to check on my sister? That's great. I'll just slip out and never come back.
While
And
you're
then the
out going
mom-
out the door, too. It's just like...
And you could probably argue, but you could argue that with the idea.
It was
I remember,
selfish.
Is it selfish?
Yes.
but at the same time, think about it. Think
Yeah.
about it. You're thinking about it as a human aspect. You have to stop. And that's one of the beautiful parts about this film that I did enjoy. That they do give you a duality of what it means to be in the human sense of mind and the animal sense of mind. And that's when you have to look at Ame. Ame, when he grew up, became more of an animalistic tendency. And what do animals do best when they are in a family setting? At some point, the child leaves the nest, and it is a strong urge that you can't fight.
Yeah.
And that's what was going on with Ame. Yes, does he love his mother? You know darn well he does. I mean, he came back for her at the end of the story to save her life. But at the same time, he also feels like, it's my time to go. And she was holding him back.
So I can see
that's
that.
a
That's
good
actually
point.
a good... Yeah,
That's a good point. It's something about the mom, though. It's like when she goes to look for him
that's her
instead
baby.
of picking up her.
Yeah.
That's
And
her
then
baby.
She forgot all sense of...
She's like, fuck my
Yeah.
daughter. Like,
I felt
The
like
daughter got the raw end of the stick.
She
quite
kinda
a bit.
did.
She really did, both in the story, because the first part of the story seemed to be more about her, and then it switches to him. But at the same time, I'm like,
why couldn't it be all?
it needed balance.
Yes.
That was my biggest problem.
Yep.
It didn't feel. It needed another rewrite.
You did.
the only thing I would have wanted more so is just for Yuki to have had a better finale, because it's all fine that she went on to school and everything like that, and she went on to be human, and you understand why she chose the human side. You know, she didn't want to hurt anybody with her animal side, so she went that way, and you understand why Ame went the other way towards the animalistic side. He felt more in tune with nature. He didn't get along well with people.
Gonna be one hell of a family reunion.
Right?
I think that's called the
but
Howling.
I think you're
Okay,
right.
I'm paying for that.
The
Yeah, you are.
ending-
I'm
the
sorry.
ending could have been a little
Good
more
movie.
I love
satisfying.
it. The first one though. Just
only the first one.
Yeah.
The ending could have been a little more
Exactly.
I
satisfying.
don't
like
feel
that
as though
one.
it was not enough grounding in the story as far as like background mythology.
That's where I was going for it. I wanted a little bit more about the wolf world. You got a huge sense of what it.
Cool.
Yeah, that was my biggest complaint because when you look at what Miyazaki does in his film, he fleshes out the entire mythos behind what he wants you to understand in the in the animation and the story, and that's what I feel as though Wolf Children was missing. A grounded aspect of the full world. I don't care if you didn't explain to me what a werewolf or what a shapeshifter is for what, or what it meant for the kids to be both half wolf and half human. Okay, that's understandable. The mom doesn't know. You wanted us to feel like the mother, and you wanted to have that same, worry about what the heck she's going to do about these kids and their lives. But it would have been amazing to experience the full majestic aspect of what majesty. Thank you. That what Ame experiences later on in the film, how he became that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm going to make another comparison to another film. We've been bringing up Miyazaki, but another film that kind of comes to mind a little bit. Fox and the Hound.
Yeah, a tiny bit, but
explain
why.
I can kind of feel it.
Oh, yeah, because they go their separate ways.
They go their separate ways, and one's trying to become more in tune with nature, one's trying to, or he has to make a choice and whatnot. So I could see that. It's just, as I said, it's just kind of like out there. I wouldn't say it's a very big deal with it, but it's just something that popped into my head randomly, random thoughts and all
that.
And
how do you feel as though that movie expressed it, though? Walk up between Fox and Hound. Do you feel as though they done that aspect of that story more justice? Or do you feel Wolf Children did?
That's a tough one. It's been a few years since I've seen
I don't think one did it better than the other. They just did it differently.
They really did, because one is the aspect of being friends. The other is the aspect of humanity versus your other half, your nature.
Yeah, so but there's a grounded nature. There's something that helps ground Fox and the Hound better. I believe. I think because we recognize it as a cartoon. It's better. We can better understand the situation in that movie. But with Wolf Children, a lot of anime, we tend to feel like they already have a backstory ready for us. And because anime tends to feel more realistic, we want more of a fleshed out world.
And that's what I was feeling that this movie was missing. Just a better understanding of what it meant to live in both the natural wild world and the human world. I got enough of the human world. You know how it feels like. I mean, you're a human already, so hopefully you'll be able to understand that. But you got the wolf aspect, and it just wasn't really. It wasn't fleshed out enough for me to justify just calling this Wolf Children.
It makes me wonder, though. I know there's a manga, so I'm wondering, like,
how well the manga does it.
Well, yeah, I want to know, like, is this actually based off the manga, or was the manga created to tie into it?
Well, in this case, it might actually have those answers we're looking for, but if it does have those answers,
it should have been answered in the movie.
Because my biggest gripe with movies, especially nowadays, is that they want you to do homework for something that you really shouldn't.
And you should never have to do that for an adaptation.
Everything should be accessible in a visual presentation.
If you're seeing
I agree.
Show, don't tell, basically.
Also, side note, this is completely unrelated except that it has to do with Wolf Children.
Oh, well, let's get that out right now.
Instantly pay to do my tangent here.
Yep.
But these little brats never did a scrap of housework.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. They didn't. Oh,
Mother's Day.
Yeah. What the heck was with that? Where's the gratitude?
They fought and ruined every single thing in the house, and then she's just like cleaning up everything. She's not even cross.
Way too damn passive.
She was.
She wasn't even mad. I'd be like, okay, you want to start fighting up in my house? You are cleaning
dog whisper
all
guy.
of this up.
She's alone.
Yeah, she'd be like.
I think we should have known the situation she was in. The farmer.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Yes.
And I feel as like he had that great sense of, I should really do take patience to this lady. He would have been a great character to help.
He was never fleshed out. He never was.
I really thought he was going to be like a wolf.
I thought so too. I thought there was going to be some sort of connection with him and the Fox spirit, maybe.
Or just somebody who finds out the scenario and really
how many more dimensions that would have brought to this film?
This is kind of like I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No,
but,
no, please.
And also that character, I feel as though he would have been a great person for a male figure for the children.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Because that was also missing.
Because Ame gets his with Sensei the Fox.
Mhm.
But where's Yuki's? Where's her father figure? She only has her mother. And yes, you could probably put in her little boyfriend, Shuei, but come on now.
I felt that as the
No,
film
not
progressed,
everybody needs a father.
you don't need a father
That
figure
male,
necessarily.
Or at least just a
It
prominent
would be
male
nice.
figure.
I mean,
Well,
if you're
I
a
mean-
man, I suppose it probably helps. But
I don't know. It's debatable. I mean,
Or that
look at
Steven Universe.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got Greg to some degree, but I mean, mostly it's just been
Greg's there for him.
Greg's there for him, yeah.
But and his friends, because you also got the
Yeah.
Mayor Dewey's son
Mhm.
and Lars took some sense.
But that's you're only being introduced. Yeah.
Oh,
Tangent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
tangent. We all got you on that one.
I'm
But there is two things I'd like to bring up before we do our conclusion. All right.
Yep.
One, child services.
Yes.
They come to the house,
Yes.
and then she runs.
How did she manage to get away with that?
Yeah.
See, there's a lot of
Thing.
situations.
There's some
like
holes
that.
there. I'm like,
Yeah.
Child Protective Services, you've never got your children vaccinated. They make a point of that. You've never had. How did they get into school then?
Yeah.
When you register for the school, Child Services is gonna know now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And two, why the bloody hell didn't the mom age?
Oh my God! I didn't catch that.
She never aged throughout the entire movie.
She did it. She really did it.
Maybe wolf semen has anti-aging properties.
I'm gonna need somebody to explain that one to me.
Or she really
I
had good
don't
genes.
need that. Oh God! Oh God!
But you know, those are
that's-
really great points you point out here. And I feel as though
Mhm.
if it was approached as a live action film,
It would have been
originally
answered
stated,
to some extent.
if somebody will actually have have the common sense of mind to really start filling up some of the gaps.
Yeah.
Because even with we brought up, like these Disney remakes of Beauty and the Beast
Mhm.
in the film, a lot of what they're doing is actually putting in that more realistic, real world sensibilities in here.
Or just that little stuff that would have
It just
enlightened you on what was going on in the story.
Well, they have to, because even our animated films have huge gaping plot holes.
Oh yeah.
Like, for example, in The Little Mermaid, I know, tangent
Yeah.
here, but huge gaping plot holes in The Little Mermaid. If she can write and she signed a contract, why didn't she just write a freaking letter to Prince Eric?
Yeah.
I feel that we lived through those type of movies, and it's about time we start progressing how we write.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I agree, but that's, it's important to critique stuff like this so that way you can make better content.
Yeah.
Well, in that
Create better content.
Well, in that regard, don't write down to kids.
Yeah.
That's a big thing I think we can take
I
away from.
agree.
Yep.
Yeah, don't write down to them. Don't think that, this is a poop joke, we're going to throw that in because kids love it. No. Kids can
Throw
handle
in
stuff.
the poop jokes,
Yep.
but add more
Yeah,
to it.
be more classy with it, alright? Have your classy poop jokes, you know?
Woo!
You gotta have some of those, yeah. Especially for the German market.
sir, do you have any Grey Poupon?
Let me check the restroom.
It's a poop joke,
Yeah.
but classy.
It is a classy poop joke. There you go.
Oh, that's
I
so
want the
juicy.
cash.
Yeah, pay up for that one. Pay up. Come
That's
on.
yours. That's your owe me.
I
You're
still
almost
had
out.
some.
You there you go. Oh, you are dangerously low and getting close to that Golden Segway Award, folks. Remember, end of the season.
I'm rooting on both of you, but
Oh,
you might get that one.
Thank
All right,
you.
so-
Vote for me.
Final thoughts?
A beautiful
Let's start-
film.
Let's start with
Our guest.
Yeah, thank you.
be our guest.
Thank you. Well, it's a good story overall,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it could have been benefited more if it was done as a live action film.
Mhm.
And given, like, even though Japan don't really like to put in so much money into the movies, this actually could have been done on, like, well, how much money they would have put into it,
Mm-hmm.
and probably done a lot better. There are obvious inconsistencies with the plot, and I really don't think there is one. But I feel as though the messages and the themes that it's trying to convey, it sold them for the most part.
Okay. I can understand all of the critiques that have been addressed today, but I still really enjoyed the film, honestly. I kind of liked the open plot. I kind of liked that not every single answer was accounted for, because I feel like that's just real life.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, I found the characters of Yuki and Ame sort of relatable, just because I can kind of see that with my brother and myself. So we started off differently in our polarized ways, and then somehow we switched paths and we went completely the opposite way. So I found, and of course the love story. So for me, I really liked the movie. I did want some more closure in the end, just a little, there was a little something missing. But overall, I would give it about 7.5 out of 10. So for me, it was, on a rating of, I want to barf on my shoes, to like, I shall recommend this to everybody in the world, it's like 2 thumbs up and a shrug.
All right.
Let me start off with saying I love wolves. I've always loved wolves. They're my favorites.
Didn't know.
He's wearing
Thank
a
you.
wolf ring.
What?
Yeah, it's a wolf ring.
I know
Thank
it
you.
is. I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, there's a wolf on his shirt.
Yep, I did it just for this episode.
Ow!
His closet is filled with nothing but wolf shirts.
It may be.
What are you doing in his closet? Sorry, we keep cutting you off on your final thoughts.
No, you're describing my life, so. That's why I have to say that with this film, I wish I could have loved it as much as I loved the content that was supposed to be in it. It has beautiful animation. I can't say that enough. And for the most part, it has characters in here that I wanted to learn more about. But that was half the reason why I can't say that I fell in love with this film. I did not. I don't know if I even would recommend it. It's definitely something that you can definitely watch with your families, and you could just have a good time with it. But at the end of the day, it's okay. That's about all.
As I've stated, I said it kind of reminded me like Hayao Miyazaki light. I thought it was pretty good. I would say that I think the director did the best with what he had. I think the story was the issue. I think that it could have used another maybe rewrite or two to flesh out some stuff and streamline it, and I think it would have been better. Overall, I can't say it's a bad film. I can't say it's a great film, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it. Now, if someone said, hey, is this a pretty good film? I'd be like, you know what? It's worth a watch. I say either you like it or you don't like it. It's a little polarizing film. You're going to see a lot of middle ground, just like, it was it.
As you've seen here.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen much worse films.
That's true.
I really have. I've seen much better films. This one just kind of falls in the middle ground, and I can't say I disliked it, but it's flawed. It is a flawed film that needs some work, and if it ever is remade into live action, I think that would maybe potentially help fix quite a few of the issues.
That would be summed up actually. From 3 out of 4 here, we're actually quite in a minority of how people actually perceive this movie.
How do most people feel?
Because
they
they praise this movie
Yeah.
a lot.
I like it. Like I said, it's on the higher end of a 10-star spectrum for me. It's like 7 or 8.
I'd say more 6-ish for me, myself, but
they
yeah, I was
praise it?
They actually praise it.
What do they say about it?
They say it's a great starter for anybody who want to watch anime.
I
believe
see that.
I think the Japanese Academy Awards, they actually gave this Best Picture.
They actually tried to throw around the word groundbreaking in this film.
What was it up against? Do you know?
I don't know. And it's because of this film they tried to pair this the director as the next great Miyazaki. I don't know much about that.
I thought it was good, but I understand the critiques too. So maybe that's affected my rating. I mean, I wasn't like, this film changed my life, but
Yeah.
and some do, okay? But like this is it's a good movie. Like it's not just alright for me. It's a good movie. It's not like rave and make everybody see it necessarily.
Yeah. Well, I think one issue I had with it, which might have colored my view, was I did hear a lot of praise about this.
I went in completely blind, so I had no expectations.
Everyone kept telling me, because I bought it with a gift card I got for Christmas a while back, and I thought, you know what, I like this director. And I said, hey, I asked a few people online, what have you heard of it? It's like, watch it, you're going to love it, it's amazing. And I watched. It was overhyped for me, and I think that's what really kind of
put us all off.
Put us off a bit, because we all heard. Well, three of us have heard the hype for it, and it just. That's why I try not to learn too much about a film before going into it sometimes.
You know what? I feel as though that might actually be the biggest problem for the film itself, is that there is this hype culture now where everything has to be, you're either on the level or you're not. And it can either help your film or it can break it. And I feel as though in this particular instance, it may have helped it, worldwide, but on a personal note, it lessened it for me.
Yeah,
because it was at a high pedestal, and when I went to go look at it just to see at the top of the mountain, was it shining for me? It was already setting.
Yeah.
I guess I'm glad that I didn't get to hear all the hype and expectation, because for me, I was able to draw a lot of my own meaning from the movie. I wasn't so caught up on, okay, everybody loves it, let's see what I'm watching. Instead, I'm like, okay, well, it's a movie that I need to watch for this show that we do. And so I watched it, I'm like, wow, that's really beautiful. You know, but for me, it's because I understand to some extent the struggles of single motherhood, because Mom raised my brother and myself all by her lonesome. I mean, with help from my uncle. And, my brother and I grew up kind of at odds. I was always the meek, mild one, and he was always the feisty, losing his head kind of person. And then somewhere along the way, we kind of switched, and now I'm the ostentatious, goofy liberal, and he's the one who's like kind of chilling out and starting to be conservative and really falling in line with social norms, and I'm over here dyeing my hair blue and getting wild. So I mean, like, I don't know, I found it
normality.
It's kind of,
I found it kind of relatable. I liked the way it showed how life changes.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's, as I said, I think it's a pretty good film, but not an amazing film for me. But you know what?
It's going to speak to
watch the film. Watch the film. Tell us what you think. Seriously, it's just a film which I think you really have to see to be able to judge. You really can. So yeah, that's. I think that's our final thoughts on it for the most part. All right.
Thoughts?
Well. Tell us what you think. Did you love it? Are we completely wrong? Are we crazy?
I'm not wrong.
Oh, that's right.
And
comment below, seriously. Tell us what you think. Like, subscribe, check out our other projects and stuff. And our other our friends here have other channels, which are linked below. Take a look at them. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And next time we kick off the summer season.
Ooh.
That's right, fun in the sun. So we will be looking at Race for Your Life, Charlie Brown.
Oh boy.
Mainly because I had a hard time finding like a summer-themed animated movie, which so we're going with Charlie Brown, folks.
Once again, we'd also like to thank our guest.
Of course.
Thank you.
Adam.
Adam from
Yes.
Sticky Media Productions.
Mhm.
So great. Please watch. Please.
Check out their videos. They're hilarious.
Definitely check them out, especially the stages of grief for the
Oh.
fangirl.
Yes, we've all been there,
That
folks.
that hit me on a personal level.
Same here.
I
Touched me
feel
right
like
here.
they could see into my soul.
If
But
I had
anyway,
one, they would have saw it.
so many thanks to our special guest Adam.
Mhm.
I'm Lish.
Aaron.
I'm Stu.
And we are Animation Triad. Thank you so much for tuning in. We can't wait to see you again next week. Take care.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye.